Hey rock and roll subscribers and anyone else that's clicked on this video or likes to watch my videos, even though you're not subscribed, please do me that favor, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. It's just so simple. Anyway, in today's one, we're going to be watching a video called Predicting the Winners of the Rugby World Cup 2023. This is basically from the Rugby pod. Stories analyze the journey to the Rugby World Cup glory. So it's basically a whole story around the World Cup and a prediction, you know, who Big Jim thinks is going to win the World Cup from Scotland. And I thought I'll be reacting to this today and hope you enjoy it with me.
In September this year, the 20 greatest rugby teams in the world will all head to France to take part
Not far away, guys.
At the Rugby World Cup.
Exciting.
It will also be the bicentenary year of the invention of the sport by William Webb Ellis. It will be the third time France has hosted the World Cup, having previously hosted it in 2007 and 91. In this video, we will look at every
2007 and 91. I didn't know France hosted it in 91.
Analyse the big clashes they face along the way to the final. The tournament will be played out across 9 separate cities, covering the length and breadth of France. The pool stages work the same way as in the 2019 tournament, with the first 2 teams in each pool progressing to the quarterfinals.
Pool of four teams, and then the top 2 goes through.
So let's have a look
or
at
5 teams.
The big clashes which await us.
Was it 4?
Pool A is made up of 3-time world champions New Zealand, 3-time runners-up in France, Italy, Uruguay, who are playing at their 5th World Cup, and Namibia. The tournament kicks off on September the 8th, with one of...
Italy might have a shot at one upset game, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think they can beat France or the All Blacks.
Italy or Uruguay.
So that's kind of a guarantee who's going through there.
Both the All Blacks and
France
quarterfinals. The winner of that opening match top in the group. Pool B is made up of 3 times champions and current
this is a different story.
Trophy, South Africa, the #1 ranked side in the world in Ireland, Scotland, Tonga, who are playing their 9th World Cup, and Romania, who qualified.
Tonga's got so many international players now playing for them.
Is incredibly competitive, and both Scotland and Tonga will be looking to cause upsets.
I'm talking international players. I'm talking players that used to play for other teams.
Qualifying for the quarterfinals. Tonga are boosted by
like Israel
Folau, Charles Pieters, and
yeah.
Malaka Faketoa headlining the new Tonga squad. 3 of the best players in world rugby.
They could cause an upset.
So I keep an eye on Tonga for being the team to cause the big upset in that group. South Africa opened their account with a tough match against Scotland in Marseille.
South Africa will have to win the Scotland game or it's over.
Days later. But the biggest match in this group is taking place on the 23rd of September, where the current champions in the Springboks take on a lot of people.
Anything could happen in this
group. With the winner of that game surely being the one to top the group.
Scotland could cause an upset and beat the Springboks.
Pool C is another tough group.
And Tonga could cause an upset and beat someone.
An ever-strengthening and competitive Welsh team, 2 times quarter-finalists Fiji, Georgia, who are competing at their 6th World Cup.
And they're joined by Portugal, who won the playoffs in Dubai in 2022.
Fiji have been historically hard to beat at World Cups. And with the
Fiji's alright. They've made it, I think, to quarters at times, but
they'll put up a fight against everyone. Georgia are also an aggressive physical side who may cause problems. But
Georgia,
you'd expect to see Australia and Wales qualify from that group.
Georgia has beaten Wales
between the 2 nations when they clash against each other.
They say Australia and Wales, but Georgia beat Wales not too long ago.
The hardest group in the whole tournament.
But yeah, it's got to be Wales and Australia.
2019 quarterfinalist Japan, who've recently broken into the top 10 in the rankings. Argentina, who finished a memorable 3rd place in 2007, the last time the World Cup was in France.
England,
Samoa,
Argentina.
Welcome back even more firepower than Fiji to the ranks, and a 2-time quarterfinalist in their own right. And
Samoa maybe can cause some upsets there.
Making their debut in the tournament.
But
Bar the obligatory walkover of facing Chile in Pool D, there are no other easy matches, with the remaining 4 teams all confident that they can take one of those 2 top spots. England opened their account against Michael Cheika's Puma side in Marseille on the 9th of September.
It's got to be Argentina's going to be good. So it's got to be England and Argentina. I would say Argentina's going to top that group.
Quarterfinals, overturning Scotland in the
I'm almost sure Argentina's going to top. I've just got this feeling Argentina's going to beat England.
Samoa have the
Might
best
be wrong,
of
but
any Pacific Island team at World Cups, and will be looking to ensure that they can cause an upset against the Pumas, England and Japan. You have a feeling, however, that no matter how big a fight
imagine Samoa beats
based
England.
On history and current form, you'd expect
could
to
be
see
many
England
upsets,
and
man.
Argentina qualify. All in all, it's going to be an incredibly exciting pool stage for us all to enjoy, and it's incredibly hard.
Tough games now. There's so many good teams
there. World rankings in the groups, with the highest ranked team topping the group and second highest finishing second. The quarterfinals would look like this. The first quarterfinal, which is going to take place in Marseille on October the 14th, would be Australia-Argentina. The second quarterfinal, also on October the 14th, but at the Stade de France, would be Ireland versus New Zealand. Quarterfinal 3,
that's tough, man.
At the Velodrome, would be England versus Wales.
England and Wales
England
fans,
getting
we're going to sail down the French Riviera for the England v Japan and Wales v Portugal games, all aboard a luxury.
Yeah, guys, I think
and the good news is
England's got a pretty easy way up to the semis. Not easy, but I mean, they know how to beat Wales. So
skip of the boat.
if Wales make it through the pool stages, and England's got to meet them,
Yeah, so I'm skippering.
that's if things happen the way
It's going from Marseille to Toulon.
everyone thinks it
Sold
might
people
happen.
the dream and
It's
the
not to say that's going to be the case.
Pod. Rugby pod.
And the final quarterfinal would also be on October the 15th at the Stade de France, and that would be an incredible mouth-watering tie between France and South Africa. Let's take a look at these
France
ties
and
see
South
who can
Africa,
rank
that's tough, man.
Argentina or Australia. Having recently beaten the Wallabies, Cheika's Pumas would be confident of beating his home country once more. And
Australia versus Argentina, I'd
But if
put
we
my
go
money on
historic
Argentina.
victories and the rankings, we would have to say for this exercise at least that the Aussies would win. Just. Quarterfinal
Rankings.
2 is a rematch of the 2019 World
I
Cup
don't know anymore
when
with
New Zealand
with
destroyed
Australia.
Ireland 46-14. But a lot has changed. haven't
New
it?
Zealand versus Ireland.
Also, the Ireland's
Oh
Australia
man,
series
again,
against the
like
All Blacks in New Zealand this summer.
I have to
And
go
also,
with.
Ireland having won 4 of their last 6 matches.
I don't
You
know.
have to say
Man,
they're
I
favourites to
can't.
qualify through to the
I
semi.
can't go
Then
against
off
the
to
All
old
Blacks,
rivalry
but
of England
man,
versus Wales.
Ireland and All
It's
Blacks.
a very hard one to predict. You'd have to bet the English to progress. Just
English.
ever so slightly.
Can't
Finally,
beat
quarter-final
Wales.
4 would give us the best of the quarterfinals, where the home
And
nation
they don't
France,
deserve
currently
it.
ranked second in the world, would come up
France
against
and
3 times
Springboks.
ranked South Africa. Having won their last 7 ties against the French,
Same
South
as
Africa
Ireland
were
and All
confident of
Blacks.
going
It's
through.
going to be
But
ugly
France are a
games,
completely
man.
different prospect from where they were in 2018, the last time they played each other. It's so close to call, but I'd have to go with home advantage and say the French go through.
Yeah, it's
We
going to
then
be
reach
tough
our
for the
semi-final,
Springboks.
which would take place on October the 20th at the Stade de France, where Australia would meet Ireland. And the following day at the same venue,
Australia
France
versus
England.
Ireland,
I
there's
could
no
spend all day
chance
theorising
that,
statistically
in
and
my
historically
opinion,
who
even
has the
in the
best chance of making the
semi-finals.
final. But based
If
on what
Ireland
comes
plays
to the
Australia,
time,
that
you'd have to say that
Australia
Ireland
would
and
win,
France
in my
are the
opinion.
2 best teams.
Sorry,
And
guys,
they
I don't
would
rate
progress to
Australia
the
that much.
That wouldn't
at
mean
the
it's the end
moment.
of the road for the Wallabies or England.
But
as
they've
they'd have to
proven
play
me
each
wrong.
other the following week on the 27th of October.
They've proven
at the
Springbok
Stade de
supporters
France
wrong
for
too
the
many
third place
times.
playoff. That means the next day, on the 28th of October, at the Stade de France, it would be France versus Ireland for World Cup glory. Now,
France
World Cups,
versus
teams have
Ireland,
played each other
that's
on 4
pretty
occasions,
much
with the
your
French
finals.
3. Historically, the French boast 59 victories.
France
for
at
Ireland
home
and
versus
5
Ireland.
But it's
I
an
don't know.
incredibly
Ireland's
tough
in
match to
very
call
good
if it
form.
does in fact lead
I
to
would
the
call
final.
Ireland
You have to say
there.
that when it all boils down, home advantage may make the difference, and hence France would win their first World Cup on home
I don't know
soil
about
at
that.
the 10th time of asking. But what do you
Guys, he was going to ask, what is your thoughts? Well, my thoughts are, I do think if it's France and Ireland in the final, I don't know. If I look at Ireland's form lately, I think they can beat France. With that said, there's so many variants here when you look at this World Cup and what could happen. I really think by the anticipation of thinking that Australia is going to go through, it's not to say Australia is going to go through. You've got Argentina that's been looking really, really good lately. It's also not to say the Springboks are going to go through, or it's not to say Ireland will go through, because everyone will say, yes, Ireland's definitely going through. But what if Scotland and Tonga maybe give some upsets, and then either the Springboks or Ireland could maybe fall out? Scotland now is number 5 in the world. They know no pushover anymore. So I would wonder there who's going to be the 2 teams to go through. Naturally, I think the good thing for the Springboks is they're playing Scotland first before anyone else. So they get that pressure game first. So if they win that game, I do not see the Springboks easily losing to any of the other games. But then again, the Tonga game will always be a gamble, but I don't think Tonga will be strong enough to beat either Ireland or South Africa. But I think for South Africa, it'll be important to win that first game. For me, again, also the All Blacks, the All Blacks versus Ireland, if they have to see each other, there's a big possibility the All Blacks is like the Springboks when it comes to World Cups, that the All Blacks could beat Ireland. They've had a grudge against the Irish for quite a while. So, look, a good prediction. It's from a Scotsman giving his predictions. He's putting 2 Northern Hemisphere teams in the final. I don't know. When it comes to big match temperament between the All Blacks, Argentina, Springboks in Australia, I would say one of those teams might make it. A lot of those teams might see each other before the finals. But I do think one of those teams could go all the way through, and the other could be either Ireland or France. I don't know if I would say it's going to be an all North Hemisphere final. I just don't think you can easily cancel out the All Blacks or the Springboks in this World Cup. I can definitely guarantee you, in my opinion, knowing my Springbok team that I support for years, if the Springboks win against Scotland in their first game, I do believe they'll go through. They might even in the pool games like the last World Cup lose against Ireland. But then again, they were the first team to lose a pool game and then win the World Cup. So I wouldn't say that, they would fall out if they win their first game. I'm almost sure they will then go through. And I think it's a good thing they're playing Scotland in their first game. So they don't get into their own gates. They go out blazing, win that first game. And then I do think the Springboks will go through. So I do believe the Springboks will make it through. And I do think Ireland will definitely make it through. All Blacks will make it through. And yeah, I just think maybe Argentina could cause an upset against someone like Australia. There's a few upsets that could happen. I just I don't think if it'll work out exactly like Jim thinks it might. But hey, still interesting to see the prediction and what he's saying, how he sees it all working out, and a really good produced video. So if you enjoyed my reaction to this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.